So you guys want to know the real reason you're not able to get a hold of any computer hardware? Let's talk about it. Hey guys, it's Chris with Tech Vibe. Today I've got a kind of opinionated piece here for you guys in regard to why you're not able to get a hold of any GPUs or CPUs or really any computer parts. Why it's so tough to get a hold of these new late and great graphics cards and CPUs. Why we can't get them. I'm going to be talking about that today and sharing with you guys what I believe to be the actual reason why. Now, I know that there is a virus going around, we're in a pandemic, and that has caused somewhat of a higher demand for all these different parts and pieces. People wanting to get more into games is not the reason why we are seeing things happen like we are. We did see the quarantines had people locked in their houses, and people began to generate interest in more video games and wanting to build PCs. That interest definitely spiked during this whole ridiculousness that we've all been experiencing. That definitely happened. And that did increase the demand when AMD and NVIDIA released these just monstrous GPUs, this amazing hardware in the CPU and GPU department. You know, a lot of people decided that they were going to upgrade in this cycle, and that definitely contributed. But what doesn't get talked about very much, and I mentioned it briefly in my last video, was there was something else that was going on when all this new equipment was being announced and everybody was wanting to get these new GPUs. Sure, you know, people that scalped for new hardware, that happens, it always happens, it's gonna happen anytime there's a new release of anything. But what we were seeing was just record numbers. It was happening and it's still happening in a very unprecedented way. It continues to happen. And the real reason why is because in the background, what was happening? What else was growing? Well, what else was growing was Bitcoin. Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies were beginning to go back up again. They were beginning to see another surge in growth, and slowly during this pandemic, they have continued to rise and rise and rise and rise. Well, what did that do? Well, what it did was people that had old mining farms, well, they were profitable again, so they got back into the space. And what did that do? Well, that triggered people to decide to get back into the space if they'd sold their equipment and buy new equipment. And then that also triggered other businesses to get into the the money pit or the money pot, whatever it is you want to call it, and buy up this hardware as well. And these 3080s are mining Ethereum so well to the point, well, it's very profitable. And at the time of this recording, Ethereum's over $1,000. So you've got businesses that have the means to buy this equipment, and they're buying it up. Yeah, I like I said, I did a little video the other day about this, and where you see a business that had a mining rig of 78 3080s, 78 3080 GPUs. Who else? I can't even find one, but they had 78. Now, this particular setup was quoted to be making about, I think it was $20,000 a day. $20,000 a day. Now, this was a little business that was in Vegas here, and you think about this and put this into some real perspective right here. Well, there's probably a lot of businesses with a lot more pull than this one had. And they probably got a lot more means and resources. So do you think that other businesses are just sitting by and letting Bitcoin and all this free money out there just sit out there and they're doing nothing about it? No, that is not happening. Let me tell you that. It's not. You've got plenty of businesses jumping into this opportunity, starting up mining rigs. You've got regular people that may have an extra pocket of time or money trying to get into the mining, buying up 3080s anytime they can. And what are they doing? They're paying the premiums that we're seeing. The scalpers that are having their price hikes that they always do, anything new drops, they're getting paid for, they're being sold. And it's not just gamers that just wanted these cards that bad. It's businesses. And what can they do? They can write this purchase off as a business equipment purchase. So they don't care. They're buying up the stuff. So what did that do? Well, that prompted AMD and NVIDIA, let me be clear, and all of their board partners, as we've seen, decide, well, you know what? Computer parts are getting bought, and they're being bought at premiums. We're a business. We're gonna raise these prices, and people are gonna pay them. It's got nothing to do with the demand from a regular gamer like me and you. It's not us that they're selling to. They don't care about us right now. Those are just the facts. They don't care about me. They don't care about you right now. They don't care about their regular base of customer. It's all about these other businesses that are paying the money to get a hold of these cards, and they'll pay whatever it is because they can go ahead and they can make $20,000 profit a day and make all their money back that they spent or sunk into it in a few months. They don't care. They'll pay the $1,500 for a 3080. They don't care. You know, we saw that story not too long ago where it was, I think it was $380,000 of 3090s that had been stolen in China, I think it was. My opinion, that stuff is sitting in a mining rig, mining farm somewhere in somebody's warehouse, and they're making money. And it's crazy to see this because this is why. This is the actual reason why you can't get anything, why I can't get anything. Businesses, they've got the connections to get those early purchases, those backdoor purchases, those fall off the truck purchases. And they're doing it. Like, it's happening. There's no other way that somebody got 78 of all the same manufactured AIB cards. 78, like, it didn't happen. There's no way. But, you know, if you've got the means and you can pay somebody to write a script to buy up these cards for you, or you can pay a driver or whoever, you know, send an email to one of the workers from PNY and whoever else it is, you can contact these businesses and you've got the money to say so or do so. What do they care? They just want to make their margins. That's why we're not getting anything, guys. That's why. There's crumbs. We're getting crumbs, and those crumbs got a big price tag on them now as well. And it's not because, you know, you and I are the ones that are expected to pay this price, that we aren't being kept in mind here. It's these miners. It's the people that are building these mining rigs, and that's the end of it. And until this NVIDIA or AMD does something different with the way this whole mining Ethereum stuff works, or mining whatever coin, however, you know, these hashings work, until they do something different that blocks these GPUs from doing that process, or they come out with a specific mining GPU that actually performs well enough, or they make it to where, you know, these regular GPUs can't mine, we're not going to see anything different for a long time, guys, because I don't think that cryptocurrencies are going to be going down anytime soon. I only think they're going to be going up. And that's some speculation and assumption, but it just doesn't look like it. The way things are looking right now, it doesn't look like it's going to happen. So getting any sort of hardware is going to be very tough for a long time. And that's very frustrating to hear and to say and to see. It makes it really tough if you're a tech tuber. So guys, That's my rant. That's my say. That's what I believe. Guys, if you agree with me, let me know. If you appreciate the information I've provided or the insight, let me know. That's gonna do it for the video. I'm not gonna do my regular sign out for this one, but subscribe. We do tech reviews when we can. We'll see ya.